Hi guys, I'm Bobbie. Welcome to TGIM on this lovely Monday evening. I'm going to talk to you all tonight about the power of positive thinking and mostly give you some tips and tricks to help you think more positively and things like that. So first of all, I just wanted to say that there's this old saying that people say, and it's opposites attract. And I just want to say that's not the case all the time. Sometimes in a bad romance, it might be the case, but for the sake of this webinar and what I'm trying to get across here, opposites don't attract. Like attracts like. So similar things attract similar things. So positive thinking is going to attract positive vibes. So what I'm going to try and show you guys is ways to attract the positive and to help you think more positively about things.
Yes.
Yeah, Jared's excited. So have you ever woken up in a bad mood and then for some reason everything seems to go bad that day, or everything just seems like it's going wrong and one thing after another, and for some reason you've woken up this way and then your whole day is negative. One thing after another, like you get a red light and you're late for something, and I don't know, you have a terrible car accident or something like that. It just kind of snowballs, and it's just one bad thing after another, and you look back at the day and you're like, that was a bad day. But do you ever look back and think, I started the day bad? Like maybe you attracted that and it just kept going. So what we're going to do is going to talk about how to control, not so much control, but implant good positive thoughts into your mind to pull you out of that type of negative state before the day turns into a big rolling horrible day. So another thing that it might be called is karma. And I know I personally say that's karma all the time. I don't necessarily believe it, but I do say it is. So if you don't know what karma is, it's believing that you've done something good so you're going to get rewarded, or you've done something bad so you're going to get punished. It's kind of like positive thinking, but not really the same, because with positive thinking, you're putting positive thoughts in your mind. You're not doing an action to get rewarded. It's just the way that your mind's working. So this is positive thinking, law of attraction, karma, whatever you really want to call it. It's you can just attract what you want to attract. So that's what we're going to talk about. And naturally, we are, as humans, trained to think negatively, or tend to think more negatively about things, and we pay attention to negative things more than we do to positive things. So if you're watching the news and you see like a cute little story, or hear about a cute little baby like Maddie has just had on the news, and you're all happy and love it for 10 or 15 minutes, and then you see a horrible story about a crime or a car crash, and it's just horrific. And if you pay attention to what you're doing throughout the day, or when you're talking to someone, 9 times out of 10, you're going to talk about the horrific car crash or the crime and not the puppy, because that's the way our minds work. They just automatically think about negative stuff and we tend to dwell on it. So we need to catch it when we're doing it and turn it into something positive. What else have I got here? All right, so it's just a few little things before I give you my handy tips on how to train yourself to think positively. So you've got to make a conscious effort to think positively, because like I said, our brains automatically are attracted to the negative. So we've got to make that effort to think positively. When you think negatively, it is portrayed in your actions as well. So I've got like a little example here. If you go into a job interview and you're automatically thinking to yourself, I'm not going to get this job, I'm not going to get this job, you're going to go in there and you're going to act like you're not going to get this job, whether you're doing it consciously or not. That you're telling your brain that, your brain is telling your body that, and that's the way you're acting. Whereas if you're going to go in there and you're going to tell yourself, I've got a really good chance of getting this job, I'm going to get this job, you're going to come across confident and just Your posture is going to be different. Your speech is going to be different. Everything's going to be different about it. And it's just that one little thought that you've put in your head, and your whole body and your vibe is all linked and believing it. So positive thinking is going to give you confidence. It's going to improve your mood, and it's going to help you handle stress as well. So I've got 7 handy hints. So if you've got a pen and paper, get ready to write them down. So my first one, so number 1, is to start the day with a positive affirmation. So at home on the mirror, we've got some affirmations written and just some reminders for ourselves throughout the day. So when we're in there brushing our teeth in the morning or going to the bathroom or whatever we're doing, first thing, we see that. What's that?
Nothing.
So we see that in the mirror. Or also we've been like laying in bed and listening to Jim Rohn or Mark Hughes or anyone like that. And it's what we do first thing of a morning. We start the day positively. So a really good one, if you're not like into it or it's your first time, just today is going to be a good day. Just believe it from the get-go. Can you imagine if you woke up that day that you had a terrible, terrible day, and you woke up that morning and you said, today is going to be a good day. That one little thing that happened to set your day off wouldn't have set you off. It was one little thing. One little thing. So that's number 1, start the day with a positive affirmation. Number 2 is focus on the good things. So every day has like little obstacles, but every obstacle is going to, it's there for a reason, and there's going to be good behind it. And you might not be able to see it at first, but things like getting stuck in traffic, you get an extra 10 minutes in the car to listen to the PD, to talk to your kids, I don't know, to do whatever it is you do in the car. You've got an extra 10 minutes to do it. So you just have to see the positive in that situation. Number 3 is find the humour in bad situations. So this one might not be for everyone, but if something negative has happened, just think of the most ridiculous thing you can to make it funny. I don't really have a good example for that because I don't personally do that one. But have you did this with me?
Good example.
I think one was, didn't he lose his job?
Yeah, so one of the ones was it's humouring to make things like ridiculous. So negative situations so ridiculous that they're what's the right word?
Like it's not going to happen.
Yeah, like it's just not a thing. Like it's that you make it so. I'm just trying to think of the way to word it. Like so outlandish and so silly and so ridiculous, the negative, that you think, oh, it can't even be negative. Like it's just ridiculous. So you don't even take it on board. Yeah. Type of thing. But it's hard to, I don't know.
I think I kind of remember the example that we were given in this course that Jared and I are doing. It was if you lose your job, he said, I'm going to lose my job for sure. I'm definitely going to lose my job. And then I'm going to have no money and they're going to kick me out of my house. And then I'm going to be kicked out of my house. And then I'm going to go into a terrible accident. I'm going to lose my arms and my legs. Like, it's just like preposterous. It's ridiculous. Like, yeah. So you just blow it out of proportion and make it just so silly it's not going to happen. Turn it around and make it funny. So number 4 is turn failures into lessons. So no one's perfect. And you're going to make mistakes or find yourself in a funny situation, but you've got to learn from it rather than thinking about how you failed and how terrible you are at something. Just as soon as you catch yourself doing that, turn it around and think about how you're going to do it differently next time. That's pretty easy. So number 5, this one's a big one for me, and I'm really focusing on this one personally, and it's turn negative self-talk into positive self-talk. So if you're going to talk negatively about yourself, that's how you're going to portray yourself. That's how you're going to look in the mirror. If you're saying, I'm so bad at this, you're going to be bad at it. Like, you're not even giving yourself a chance to be good at it if you're telling yourself you're bad at it. So turn around and instead of saying, I'm so bad at this, I'm going to give this a shot. I'm going to do my very best at this. And then you can use a different strategy. If you're finding that negativity coming back, use a different strategy on top of it. But don't start out being negative about yourself or putting yourself down, because you're not giving yourself a chance. Enough people out there in the world say negative things about each other. Don't do it about yourself. That's just ridiculous. Don't say negative things about yourself. That's written on the mirror at our house too. All right. Number 6 is focus on the present. So I don't mean focus on today, and I don't mean focus on what's going to happen in the next hour. Catch yourself in that very minute that you're being negative and focus on that minute, that like very, very second that you're being negative. And as soon as you catch it, as soon as you catch yourself being negative, you've caught it. Like, you know it's there and you can stop it. Most of the time when we're thinking negative thoughts or having negative emotions, it's because something's been exaggerated in our imagination. Like something that's not happened, we're going to think about it happening, and it gets blown out of proportion in our mind. Like this tiny little thing that could happen is blown out of proportion, and we're automatically being negative about it. Something that happened last week and you were jealous or upset or angry about it, it's not that big a deal, but your imagination's going to blow it out of proportion and the negativity is just in your mind. So as soon as you find that you're doing it, catch yourself and stop. Think about that exact moment, not about what made you negative in the first place. So that's it. Catch that one. Bring yourself back. Bring yourself back to where you're supposed to be, not letting your mind wander to the negativity. And the last one I've got is surround yourself with positive people, which for us here I think is the easiest one we can do. You're feeling upset or down or negative, we've got such a strong community here. We know we all can call on each other. And it's been said time and time and time again that you're the total sum of the 5 people you hang around. So hang around positive people and you're going to be a positive person. That's about all I've got. Just, negative situations or experiences only have power over you if you allow them. It's only how you react to things that's going to, make or break your day.
Yeah.
Pretty much, guys. So that's all I have for you. Does anyone have a question?
How do I word this? I always have questions.
Katie does the funny one. She said, it's funny once you get into the habit and people look at you weird when you laugh.
I just crashed my car. That's ridiculous.
Lucky that small child didn't drive my car.
I don't know how to word this, but with negativity, do you find like the more energy you give it, the more it grows? And that would be the key thing, just to because on the course, because we're doing the same one, he talks about cultivating the negativity out of your mind.
Yeah.
So do you want to talk a little bit about that bit?
To not cultivate?
Yeah, no, to cultivate
Right.
negativity.
So that goes back to, I don't know what number it was, the one, I think it was 6. When as soon as you notice that you're doing it, you need to pick up on it, because otherwise you're going to go back to having that terrible thing happen in the morning, and your terrible day is just going to grow and grow and grow and grow and grow. So as soon as you notice this negativity, you've just got to cut it out. You've got to cut it out. Otherwise, it goes for sure.
Yeah. I don't have a question, but I've got a comment on that. Can I comment?
No.
So in this course, it's by John Kehoe, and it's called Learn Mind Power. Is that right? Mind Power something.
Mind Power.
I think it's www.learnmindpower.com, and it's like $120, and it's amazing. But he talks a lot about giving, like the more energy you give something, the more power it has over you. A lot as well. So if you're focusing on the negative and giving that all the energy, it's kind of like throwing fuel on that fire, and it'll just get bigger and bigger and bigger, and all of a sudden it's, have you ever heard the saying, making a mountain out of an anthill, that type of stuff? And I know we all do it. Like for Herbalife, is everyone here on Herbalife? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So from a Herbalife perspective, right, we might get a client because we're texting them to follow up, and they write back, "Oh, I'm not having a good time on the shake," and you've got, "Oh my God, they're going to Oh, they're going to quit. Oh, no, they're going to get a refund. Oh, no. And then all of a sudden in your head, all this stuff's happening. Whereas in essence, they're just saying, oh, my day one sucked, but I'm sure it's going to get better. You know what I mean? So just be wary of what you're giving the power, because that's what's going to increase. So if that's positivity, you know, that fire will be fueled with energy, and if it's negativity, the same thing.
Yeah.
I just want to comment.
Thank you.
That was cool.
It was
when
cool.
I heard it, I was like,
So John says that thoughts are real forces, and if you're gonna think about it, it's gonna eventuate. So just be careful what you're thinking about. Cool.
I have a question. Well, first of all, one of the examples of things that I laugh about, or sometimes when I say like stuff about my childhood and I laugh about it and people are like, what? And then another one was when I was riding my bike home from uni and I got hit by a car, and my housemate was like, why are you on the couch? And then I was like, oh, I got hit by a car. And then we say that's funny. Anyway, they were my examples. But my question is, when you say focus on the present, are there things that you can do to train your minds to be able to do that? Because it's like, it's easy to say focus on the present, but other things.
I lost you, but I think you said other things you can do.
yeah, like techniques.
Yeah. I think that the best thing to do is catch yourself as often as you can, and continue to catch yourself, like practice, like train your mind. So as soon as a thought like that hops in there, you know to bring yourself back, and you know it's just a thought, it's just a negative thought, bring yourself back, but you've just got to have to do it and do it and do it. It's a consistency thing. It's like an exercise. You're just going to get stronger and stronger. You got to give it a shot and a shot and a shot.
Your mind's a muscle.
Yeah, your mind is a muscle. Got to grow it strong. Does that answer your question, Katie? She's frozen. Oh, there she is. Oh, she's showing me her guns.
Oh.
She got muscle. Yeah, girl.
She's been killing.
Cool. All right, well, we might give it one more minute. Short and sweet tonight, 20 minutes.
Can you give an example of where you've turned, like the first one that comes to mind, where you've turned a failure and in the moment it was like devastating, but then it's transferred into a lesson that it's kind of shaped your philosophy?
Thanks, Katie. I'm going to bring it like back to Herbalife standards or whatever, but it's with accepting no's. I think probably the first 20 times I've ever heard a no, it's taken me back and ruined my day. And then the next person I talk to, I'm just like, they're going to give me a no. Why am I talking to people? They're just going to say no to me. But I think with this new philosophy I have, positive thinking, I'm able to pull myself away from that type of negativity and probably more encourage myself and give myself that positive reinforcement about talking to the next person and not getting stuck or pulled down on the issue. Yeah, that's my example. Yeah.
No, that was good.
Oh.
Fight.
There's a child fight happening outside.
And I just looked at my kid like this, and she just shaked her right.
Layla, she's got attitude.
Tell the kids to focus on the present.
You're right. Hey, 4-year-olds.
Layla just shaked her bum at me, Katie.
She cheeky girl.
She's laughing.
All right, guys. Guess that's it for tonight. Thanks for jumping on and listening to me. Wake up tomorrow morning and tell yourself something good. Tell yourself it's going to be a good day. Believe it. Catch yourself. You've got this. That's the thing to say. Oh, bye.
Just see.